RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports. Happy New Year's to you. New Year's Eve ACC breakdown. Click that like, hit subscribe, follow all of our content here. Going to focus on three ACC games. The first one being Wake Forest at NC State. So let's hop into it. NC State right now a 9.5-point favorite. 157.5 is the total. 42% ticket count equaling 25% of the handle to the over. 58% ticket count equaling 75% of the handle to the under. Now, as far as the side, 58% of bets and 56% of the money headed to the visiting Demon Deacons. 42% ticket count, 44% of the handle here headed to the home NC State Wolfpack here in this one. Now, Wake Forest 2-4 ATS their last 6, but they're 6-2 straight up their last 8. We'll get into that in a minute. Head to head, NC State is 5-1 against the spread versus the Demon Deacons. And NC State has won 9 of the last 13 head-to-head matchups. NC State 10-1 straight up their last 11 home games. They've been absolutely incredible here at home. Have the the Wolfpack rather. Now, coming into this game, as far as home and away, scoring offense, scoring defense, Wake Forest averaging 80.7 points per game, as to where NC State's averaging 89.7. Wake is giving up 78.3 points per game. NC State giving up 68.3 points per game here between these two. When I look at this game, NC State, I talked about in the preseason breakdown, I thought this NC State team was special. When I look at the ACC and I look at Duke, I think Louisville and NC State, two teams that haven't been talked about enough. I think they're right there behind Duke here and can give them a little bit of a push. I'm not playing the game just because I don't like laying high numbers. Remember, in college basketball, no greater advantage than home court in college basketball. One of the greatest home advantages there is as far as sports to bet. But NC State, putting them anywhere just to win. But if I was going to play the spread itself, I would lay the 9.5. I did not. I didn't get to the window on it, but just would be the way I leaned. Next game I want to focus on Virginia Cavaliers at Virginia Tech Hokies. Now, the Cavs ranked 21st in the country. Really good basketball team, but quietly, Virginia Tech's kind of put together them a nice start to the season. 5.5. The Cavaliers are laying it at Blacksburg. 156.5 is your total now. 49% ticket count equaling 77% of the handle going to the over 156.5. 51% ticket count equaling 23% of the handle going to the under. When you look at the side, 58% of bets is only equaling 46% of the money going to the way of the Virginia Cavaliers. 42% ticket count equaling 54% of the handle. That is going to the Virginia Tech Hokies in this one. When you look at this game, Hokies, they've been tough. Remember, I just said that both teams. Now, UVA comes in 11-1, 7-5 against the number, 1-0 on true road games. The Virginia Tech Hokies are unblemished at home, 8-0, 11-2 straight up are the Hokies. Now, these two teams have split the last 10 meetings, split last year's 2 meetings. Virginia, we talked about, they're on a 6-game winning streak, had the win at Texas 88-69, beat a decent Dayton team, lost to Butler 80-73. Virginia Tech, on the other hand, lost by 18 to VCU. That was a big loss. But beat a South Carolina team, beat a decent George Mason team, lost by 11 to St. Mary's, who's really good. When I look at this game, I did get to the window. Virginia Tech plus 5.5 is the way to go. Again, taking the home dog. Remember this in college basketball. Not always, but more than not. Man's best friend is the home dog in college basketball. Don't forget that. That's really, really important. 9-4 Georgia Tech heads to 11-1 Duke for their matchup here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Now, the last time Duke was on the floor, December 20th, they lost 82-81 at Madison Square Garden. They totally choked that game away. Georgia Tech comes into this winning 4 in a row, but hasn't beat anybody, actually, of any kind of substance. So Georgia Tech's really, really flawed. Duke laying 27.5, 154.5 is the total. 60% ticket count, 77% of the money is on the over. 40% ticket count, 23% of the handle to the under in this one. Georgia Tech, 42% ticket count, 27% of the handle. Duke, 58% ticket count, 73% of the handle here going to the Duke Blue Devils. Look, Duke, obviously, from just a talent standpoint, overwhelms Georgia Tech in this one. However, 27.5, guys, that's a really steep price. Again, just a note to the wise, something I started out when I was handicapping years ago. You go laying big numbers, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. Listen, you can't survive and make money long term laying big numbers like that. 27.5 is just too much. Now, with that being said, you're saying, well, RJ, are you saying taking Georgia Tech? No, Georgia Tech hasn't played anybody of any substance, so I can't trust that either. Now, if I absolutely had to play the game, like if somebody said you got to play this game or you can never bet another game again, yes, I would take Georgia Tech, but just going to take the pass. I think there's better value. Virginia Tech plus 5.5 is the best ACC game on the board to bet. Plus 5.5 for the Hokies as the home dog. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap. Whether you fade or follow, hope you win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.